started. I see that people are coming in, but we're going to get started now so everybody can join in. So once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. You might be in Lagos or London or LA, but you're in the right place right now with me because I'm going to talk about the XRP Ocean. And my name is Mike C. I am leading the market analyst for XRP Ocean. And I'm also a previously coach and trader in London. So that's what I have behind me in terms of experience. And that's why I'm here with you today. So let's see what we have today. So we're going to start talking a little bit about the currency, the XRP, which is what we are using in this project. And of course, why we're using it, what's the point of XRP, and why should you care? All right, so let's dive into it. First of all, I want to show you this screen. So when you see this 5 second, less than 1 cent, what do you think? Well, what I want you to think about is that this is how XRP transactions. So basically when using this coin for sending transactions, which big banks are also doing, well, it's very fast and it's very cheap, which is something that all of us are looking for many, many times all along the way in business. So picture wiring across borders for, well, less than a jelly bean. Well, this is how it is with XRP. Really cheap, really fast. And this is why the big banks are looking into this coin and this project for the future. And what I'm going to show you now is a little bit of peek into the world of cryptocurrency. And if you haven't seen this website before, this is CoinMarketCap. This is basically the Bible of cryptocurrency. You can find almost any cryptocurrency here. You can find data and information and facts about it. Basically, this is where most of us go to look at different projects and what we want to know about and how we can learn from them and what we can do with it. And what I want to show you here is, as you can see, we have Bitcoin, which of course is the big grandfather, the big one on the block, and number one in the cryptocurrency space. And we have Ethereum, USDT, but in place number 4 today, we have XRP. And this token, this cryptocurrency, XRP, is definitely something to be reckoned with. We have something over here, which is called market cap. If you haven't heard about that before, it's basically means how much money has people, investors, banks, and so forth put into this project right now. So at this point in time, we are looking at $136+ billion. So not a small smidge here, not a new coin, not something that is untested. This is a well-proven project that's been around for quite a while and are doing really well. So this is one thing that we separate when it comes to many other projects that are using a token or a project that is very new and maybe not even launched yet. We are using XRP, which is a launched, established project. And as you can see, number 4, or you can even say actually number 3 position in the world, because Tether is a US dollar equivalent. So 1 Tether, $1, meaning it's not really a cryptocurrency in terms of the position. However, there's a lot of money in this cryptocurrency also. So you can actually say that XRP is at position number 3, which makes it quite interesting in my opinion. So why should you care about XRP and XRP Ocean for that reason? Well, first of all, I did a little bit of research and I can tell you that, for example, in Japan, we have 80% of all banks, they are now preparing for XRP in 2025. We have SEC in US that has a lawsuit before on XRP, but this now dropped and now it's getting more clear and the road ahead looks more clear. We also have certain analysts in the space. However, naturally predictions should be taken with a grain of salt, but the analysts are saying that we could potentially look at a 5x price target next year. Let's wait and see how that turns out. Who knows? But it's really interesting to see that this project that we're using in XRP Ocean, the XRP token, is really, really used and really are prepared for the real world, such as banks and so forth. So that is really something to highlight here to really understand why this makes a huge difference in this specific project. I can step into XRP here to give you a little bit more data. And if you find this tricky, That's what it is in the beginning. You know, it's like a new language. You learn how to speak it, you learn what it means. But I want to show you a little bit. You can see this is the entire price action of XRP back in history, back in 2017 when it had its first peak. And as you can see to the left again, we have the market cap, 136 billion US dollars inside of this project right now. And that is something that really, really counts in terms of how established this project is. So with that said, let's jump over to another page of this book. And this is basically where we look into XRP Ocean. And if you haven't already gone to the website, I mean, XRPOcean.com, that's where you should go and claim your airdrop, because we are giving XRP away for free. So why not? Might as well do that. So claim your airdrop is basically where you go on this website to claim the, first of all, 10 XRP and so forth. I will go through this with you so you understand exactly how you can work this specific launch up to the launch of the liquidity pool. So as you can see, there's a personal email. You select a country or anyone who joins in, and of course a WhatsApp telephone number, and claim your airdrop. And that's it. You are ready to go. And I encourage you to really sign up and invite friends and family and everyone you know to sign up to this, to really get going so you can get a good start in this project. I'm going to use another account to sign in here so we can take a little bit of peek on the dashboard. Let me see, give me 1 second here. Just grabbing a password in the background. There we go. And we are signing in. So this is how it looks in the dashboard after you have signed up, or any of your friends or family have signed up. So let me run you through this a little bit quickly so we know what is going on here. We have the button, claim your airdrop. And actually this is where you go to claim your 10 XRP as a start, and so forth and so forth. When you click that button, you will actually end up in Telegram. And to display that for you, I'm going to show you how that looks. So give me 1 second here. We have our United group here, and we also have this bot, which is what we call the XRP Ocean bot. And when you click the button, claim your airdrop the first time, you will end up here. And here's where you see the steps to claim those XRP for free. Follow Twitter, follow Instagram, Telegram, YouTube, and so forth. Like and share, and that's when you are done and ready for the airdrop. So please look into that and check it out for yourself and help your friends to get started. Sorry for that. Let's turn off that. So going back to the XRP Ocean website again. And let's see. Right, so let me run through this dashboard for you. If you haven't seen it before, well, this is what you can look at. You can see we have something called XRP Swift wallet, which is the internal wallet, which in this case contains 15 XRP. And if you wonder where those XRP comes from, well, down here, we have, of course, the invitation link that you should use to send out to all your friends and family. And we have the download the airdrop presentation. So you can also see the presentation right here. And we have the community tab. And in the community tab, you can easily see how many direct referrals do you have, community size, how many active tiers do you have in this airdrop program. And that, of course, returns in terms of the number of XRPs that you will have in the Swift wallet. So that is the key of it. And I'm going to switch over to the, give me 1 second here. Sorry for that. So I want to talk a little bit about why pool. You know, why do we have a liquidity pool? What's the point of that? Well, as you know, when we send transactions, and specifically when banks are sending huge transactions, well, there is liquidity needed to transact, you know, to send the information, to send the coins. And that is why we have the liquidity pool. The liquidity pool is then used by banks, by traders, by other people who need certain liquidity at certain times, and they pay a fee for that. And that fee comes into gain for us, because we can then earn from those fees up to 0.6% per day on a daily reward. And that is really, really beneficial because that is the part of participating in a liquidity pool. So you are part of the network, basically. You are one of the drivers of the transactions and you're getting the benefits from that. So you can imagine it like a big bucket. And of course, when you pour water in a bucket, there needs to be enough to kind of supply and demand. And that is what we are doing right now. We're building up this liquidity pool, which means basically facilitating transactions online. So that is a little bit about XRP Ocean. And one more thing that I want to highlight for you is this button. It's actually a button. It's called XRP Scan. So in this button, when you click that, you will see another website opening up. And this is the website that tells you basically how much XRP in this case is inside this liquidity pool. So this is the entire pool. You can see 532 million XRP. That is the current reserve at the moment. Total value locked is also called. And this is something you can see all the time transparently whenever you click this button, because this is public information available online for anyone to see. All right? Okay. So with that said, I'm going to do a little bit different here today. I'm going to actually run you through a quick market update. If you haven't been in the crypto market before, you are probably not very familiar with how the market moves and what's happening. But I want to share this with you to get a little bit more insight into actually how the crypto market works and how it moves. What you see on the screen is the price of Bitcoin, so BTC in this case. And I'm looking at Bitcoin simply because Bitcoin is the leader of the cryptocurrency. It has the largest amount of money inside the project, and it's the top coin, the top project in the world right now. And that is why I'm looking at that, because that will control basically all the other ones. So as you can see, we had a very nice run here since a while back, where we started a long time ago. We started down here way, way back. And this was in 2022 when we were down at around $16,000. We had a little bit up run. We had the bull run starting, came up. We actually touched at this point almost 110 US dollars for one Bitcoin. And now we are down a little bit and up again around the 100 plus number for one BTC. And why I'm looking at BTC and not XRP is that most other cryptocurrencies will react to what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin goes higher, then most coins will follow and vice versa. So that is something we're always looking at. Bitcoin is the mother of all, and we'll look at that first as a guide for seeing the market. So let's see how this pans out. We have some speculations that we might head higher. We also have speculations that we might head lower, and both things can happen. However, in terms of participating in a liquidity pool, you don't really need to care too much about how the market is moving, which is kind of beneficial because honestly, it's quite taxing. It's quite tiring to keep track on the market and be there all the time. So by participating in a liquidity pool, you will gain benefits from the market whenever someone moves money using that coin, which is happening all the time, which means basically you don't really need to care how the market is doing per se. You only need to care how much money do you have in the pool and how much can you gain from that over time. And of course, we pay out in XRP, which means, yes, at the end of the day, when you want to sell at a good position. So that's when we start looking at the market. But that is a little bit short breakdown about the market today. And I'm going to jump over to a PDF that you can download inside the office, the back office. So this is the XRP Ocean. This is the launch phase, the pre-launch where you are welcome to join, and of course, all your friends and family. I would definitely encourage you to invite anyone that you know. And we are going to walk down a little bit here. I'm going to walk you through this step by step. So first of all, you know that by doing those tasks that I showed on Telegram, you will gain the 10 XRP right inside your Swift wallet, inside your dashboard. And we also, of course, have a tier system on this. And I'm going to show you this very shortly. But this is quite straightforward. Sign up, fulfill the tasks, get your XRP, start inviting people and get more XRP. Very simple. That is actually how we do it. And to see this in terms of how it is established, we have 5 tiers. So as you can see, We have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, and this is how you make. So for example, if you do a direct referral, so let's say you refer one person, well, that means 5 XRP to you. If you refer a second person, well, that means 4 more XRP. If you refer one more, that means 3 more XRP, and so forth. And it doesn't stop here. It adds on. So, for example, you invite the first person, and that person also invites someone. Well, what happens? Well, your friend gets 5 extra XRP, and you get, according to tier 2, you get 4 XRP, and so forth and so forth. That is basically how it works. It's kind of a very nice system there. As soon as you invite someone, you get XRP, and if they invite someone, you get more XRP, and it just builds on top of each other in this tier system. I hope that makes sense. It's quite straightforward. One friend, 5 XRP. If that is a second referral, that's 4. And it happens down the line also when you invite more people. So go ahead and do that, please. And looking at a little bit about the sort of technology behind this, I talk about the Swift wallet, and we know that Swift wallet is inside the dashboard, and this is where your airdrop XRP tokens will end up. The mass amount, how many you can establish during this time until the launch of the liquidity pool at the end of this month. All right, so that's the LP wallet that you saw, 532 million and so forth. You also probably have a personal wallet or an exchange where you probably hold XRP. And this is what you will be using down the line. So when the liquidity pool is launched in full at the end of this month, then you will have the opportunity to use the airdrop XRP to boost your portfolio inside the liquidity wallet. So whatever happens, let's say you have 1,000 XRP in your personal wallet, and well, maybe you have 1,000 XRP in your airdrop Swift wallet. What happens down the line when you deposit into the liquidity pool is that you will get a 2x. So you will get a boost. You will get same amount of XRP from your personal wallet will be supplied by the airdrop wallet, as long as there are coins to support that in the airdrop wallet. So double your stake, earn more money. That is what we're talking about. And just a little bit side note here on the line also, please make sure to stay close and have your ears to the grind, because when this happens, you will have 48 hours to deposit into the LP wallet and get started. After 48 hours, the airdrop tokens will actually be burned. So stay on top of this. So that is the smart program that we have, the pre-launch phase where you can get free XRP, invite friends and get even more XRP. And that is what we are building up to get this really, really going very nicely. So with that said, I'm going to jump into something else, because I do hope that you already have visited the website XRPOcean.com and signed up. And if you have, then it's time to share your link with friends and family. So this is what you should be focused on right now. And one thing that is really interesting to see in this project, and I'm going to switch back to the website here again. Sorry, I got lost here in the space. So many windows. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, by joining this program, you will have the opportunity to gain from the liquidity providing, and by that way, gaining more XRP. And of course, this is something that I think should be very interesting for you if you think that this is a good project. And as you saw, XRP is established. You can even say that it's number 3 in the world in terms of money locked in. So yes, it's very, very established, and that definitely holds a significant place in the world today in the cryptocurrency. So that is really something that I want to highlight. However, if I look back at this dashboard again, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to log out actually and show you a little bit more information that's available here. Right, so if I go back to XRP Ocean and the main website here, As you can see, we are 11 days and 1 hour from the launch of the liquidity pool. You will be notified about this, of course, but keep your ear to the grind. Stay in the focus and Telegram group so you know everything that's going on. And we are providing this because this is definitely an upcoming affiliate marketing platform. And not just for the airdrop, even though we are focusing right now on the airdrop because that is where we're starting right now. But down the line, there's an affiliate program partnering with this that really is going to enhance what we are doing together here. And Ocean is the bank that also holds a little bit of knowledge in this. XRP Ripple, as I mentioned before, is really the project that we are focused on because it's so established and really has a significant position in the space today. And I would say that betting on a project that is very new and maybe sound amazing, it can be a good thing sometimes, but it's more a gamble, I would say. So betting on something that's been around, that has established, is really something that I prefer. And as you can see, we have up to 0.6% in reward on a daily basis by participating in the liquidity pool. So there is definitely a lot of benefits we can earn from this. And of course, the LP program that we talk about is uniquely positioned because honestly, there are a lot of liquidity pools out there. But if you see a liquidity pool that has this magnitude, I mean, basically the volume, this is really speaking numbers here. We are speaking about something that is really established, that is set in place, that has a large volume. It's not something that started yesterday. This is really up and running. And I think that should bring a little bit of safety to what we are doing here. And of course, as an affiliate of this program, you will earn even more from that affiliate program. So XRP Ocean is really, really something that we want to launch right now. And we are inviting you as a pre-launch here to gain those 3 tokens from the airdrop to venture into the upcoming launch where you will have the 2x opportunity by using the airdrop tokens that you received. So that is really what's going on here. And I think that really should spark some interest. Definitely, I think this is very interesting. So we have the launch, and the launch is actually going to be in Singapore. So if you have the way by there, you're most welcome to visit, and we're going to be there for a while. But I would say that before this, really, I would suggest focus on the airdrop program because you can really make a good benefit. You can actually 2x your future stake in the liquidity pool. And that is something that is really, really nice. And it's not a token that is unheard. This is an established token. This is something that really has been around, which is why I believe it's also a very good thing to do. So if you haven't already gone to the XRP Ocean website, well, you are most likely going there now. You see, with this presentation, I want you to see why XRP matters right now. I want you to learn how XRP Ocean can pay you up to 0.6% per day. And that is due to all the facts that borrowing to traders, transaction fees, and so forth, and how you lock in those 10 XRP and more from the airdrop that is now happening as we speak. And of course, as you grow your 5-tier stream of XRP by sharing simply a link, that is the whole thing. That is what we're looking at today. And if you haven't signed up already, well, now is the time. We are really going head on with this because when we start this project, we are giving out these tokens that already has a value to you to be able to participate even better, easier, and more efficient and gain more money from this. So please feel free to do that. But this is the end of this presentation for tonight. I am really happy that you took the time and came along and listened to me this evening. My name is Mike C., manager and also a presenter for this project.